Safe Handle's product line consists of 8 different heat shrink sleeves. Our heat shrink sleeves use the same film as our sterile tape products. They're embedded with the slow release silver ion to protect the surface for 6 months. Sleeves don't have any adhesive on them. They rely on being shrunk using steam to conform to the shape of the handle, and that's what holds them in place. Because they're heat shrink sleeves, they conform to the shape of many different sizes and shapes. We've divided the line into 2 types of sleeves. One sleeve type is long and thin like this, which is designed to go around levers, and the other type is a bigger, shorter sleeve that's designed to go around doorknobs that you would see mostly in residential houses. We have 8 different size sleeves, and those have been sized to cover most door hardware that we find out in commercial buildings or institutions or homes. The film is the same as what we use in Sterile. It has the slow release silver ion that it continuously emits over the useful life of the product, which is 6 months. It's dry to the touch, no odors. It's EPA approved, so it's safe for use in all applications. Installing a Safe Handles heat shrink sleeve involves using our custom Safe Handles steamer. We designed the steamer so that it has a couple of operations that are important to understand. First, the wand is flexible. The reason we made it flexible is it's important that the terry cloth that covers the wand be held close to the surface of the film. That keeps the heat where it needs to be, right up against the sleeve. And there's 2 primary handle types out in the market. One is a knob and one is a lever. For a lever, you generally see the wand bent into a real sharp bend like that, so you can get it in on the lever real tight and close. On the knob, you typically see it more like a circle, like that. And so you can get around the circumference of the knob. So I'm going to show and demonstrate an installation on this lever. To start the installation of a sleeve, one of the first things that you need to determine is sizing. Which sleeve to use on which lever. So this is a simple lever that you find commonly out in the marketplace, and Safe Handles provides a sleeve measuring tape. And the way this tape works is there's a little green line on one side, and then there's sizing zones across the tape. The blue indicate these are the sizes for levers. The green indicate these are sizes for knobs, round knobs, okay? So on this one, we're gonna start with putting the green line right here on the widest part of the handle, which in this case is right up here near the barrel. And we're going to wrap it around, and we're gonna see where it lines up. So you'll see that green line wraps just right in the center of size A, okay? So you know it's size A, okay? So that's a simple tool to help you figure out what size. So that tells you what size fits over the handle. Next, you need to figure out the trim length. You can see this lever's about this long, but you'll see, wow, that sleeve's a lot longer than that is. So I need to trim this. So I'm gonna just mark this with my finger, and I'm just gonna trim it off where that length is, just short of what the overall length of the lever was. Okay, now I've got it sized so that it's sized for this lever. Okay, you'll notice that I didn't trim the size where the tab is for removing it, okay? You want to keep that little tab on there because that makes it easier to remove later, okay? So now you just twist it and it opens up, and then you put it onto the lever, okay? Now there's an important point to make here. There's the perforations, and it's where to put the perforations on the lever. So in this case, you always want the perforations to fit the front face of the lever. One, it makes it really easy to remove because the perforations, the zip perforations right there in the front, so you zip it right off. You're not like trying to figure it out from behind. 2, if the sleeve's gonna fail from use, because people have fingernails, people have rings, people open doors with their keys in their hands, and if the perforations are on the back side or on an edge, you can tear it and it'll come off and you've lost your sleeve. So the safe place for that perforation is right in the front. So once you have it in place, Now, turn your steamer on by turning it to the on position. You'll see a blue light comes on. Make sure that your reservoir has water in it. Then you'll see on your wand, straight, you want to bend it so it fits tight against that lever. So a nice tight bend like this, and then the lever has a slick little, the trigger has a slick little sliding lock. So when you turn it on, it stays on, okay? Once it's on, give it a good 10 seconds so that it gets up to temperature. And you'll know it's up to temperature when there's a good amount of steam billowing out of it. It's hot, so be careful not to touch it. Also, because it's hot, you should be careful if there's like a delicate painted door and you don't want to bubble the finish on that paint, you might consider protecting that. Once it's up to temperature and your sleeve is in place, you just basically come at it from the end and bring your wand over the top of the sleeve, okay? You can't oversteam the sleeves, okay? So that's just not possible. You can understeam them though, and that's evident when you have wrinkles in the finish. If you have wrinkles, that means you have to work them out, and that's beautiful for the wand. It's a little bit of light pressure. You work out any wrinkles like that. And this is a beautiful installation, very smooth. And you'll notice the perforations are right here in the front, easy to access. Now, you're good for 6 months of 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, clean handle that's emitting the slow release silver ion to maintain that cleanliness. Okay, when it's done, removal is simple. Basically, you got the little tab right here and you basically unzip it. And once it's unzipped, you can see we've just unzipped it. Off it comes.